I just challenge him to be who God intends for him to be. And that entails challenging yourself in the moment, right? It's easy to do all the wrong things. It's hard to do right.
Yeah.
But with repetitiveness, right, comes that change to where it begins to be easy. So, I always tell these guys that change is strange, but at the end of the day, it's beautiful. We just here to service these individuals.
You just know what?
Service these individuals. We recognize that for the majority of them, they've experienced some type of form of trauma, and they have a host of other things going on with them. So we just come here to try to do our best. Myself, Ms. Bailey, and the rest of the staff. Raphael is one who struggles. He's in a little struggle right now, as he told you, but he also understands what he needs to do to get where he needs to be. So we just here to help him along the way. Can't make it no simpler than that. We understand our purpose here, so we just try to do what we need.
He speaks highly about you, so I'm guessing you're doing the right thing, because like I mentioned to you earlier, it's like I've been to probably a dozen of these already in the last few weeks, and they don't all speak really about the staff, so you're doing something right.
I just challenge him to be be who God intends for him to be, and that entails challenging yourself in the moment, right? It's easy to do all the wrong things. It's hard to do right.
Yeah.
But with repetitiveness, right, comes that change to where it begins to be easy. So, I always tell these guys that change is strange, but at the end of the day, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So the prayer is, I heard what he said, the prayer is that he live up to it, and continue to challenge himself, because it's not going to be peaches and cream. Every day is not going to be bright. There's going to be days when he's going to have a sense of the efforts, and those are the days you got to challenge yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And we're going to be there to help him along the way, pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Him and everybody else that's in there.
Yep.
And we thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
Definitely thank you for your contribution.
We love doing these kind of giveaways, and we're happy that the computers from Techie Youth are going to a good place. That's no big deal, and I appreciate more the insight that you're giving, that your youth are giving to us. I mean, that stuff is getting the word out of what other perspectives of life are like, and I think that's really important.
You asked him a powerful question, and I'm glad that he answered the way he did, because a lot of people have a misconception about these environments, right? I often hear from peers in the clinical arena and out in the street that, you want to work with the youth, they're the most, they're crazy, and I'm like, well, how do we forget we used to be young? Like, we used to be their age. The difference today, I know with me, is that the conscious choice I make on a daily basis. So I'm glad he said what he said, because it needs to be exposed about what really goes on in these houses, right? Like, it's not a prison. Right, you have voice and choice, right? We, for the most part, staff is here to help you, and it's better than being dead on Rikers Island or upstate. And hopefully, somebody around his age, seeing him speak about being in an environment like this, might inspire them to, hey, you know what? Let me try to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm. That is definitely significant about the Rikers. We've had in our classroom programs, we've had a number of kids who were 16 and sent to Rikers as tried to stay adult. So we know how bad that can be from what they tell us. Absolutely, it's like a big deal to, if they're here, they're not at Rikers.
Yeah,
that's a real strong.
It's a blessing that the system is looking at dealing with the youth differently, because now they don't go to Rikers Island. I think it's been like that for 2-3 years now. They go to Crossroads and the Horizon. Yeah. They have facilities for the adolescent, right?
We work with a few of those.
That's good, because there was a time when they had the adolescents on Rikers Island, and C-74 was the adolescent house. You also had adults who were coming from upstate who were back down for different court cases, so you had to mix it with the youth.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and
that's what the youth told us. I mean, I don't have any first-hand experience, but second-hand from the youth.
No, that's a fact.
Absolutely, they said they were in there with every adult, criminal who was convicted.
And that's not a good look, because a lot of things happen A lot of guys come down for cases who are savvy, so they weren't impressionable on these young men, not telling them the truth, because once they get behind the 74 wall, reality changes. Like, the reality behind the 74 wall in Rikers Island is tremendously different. Tremendously different. And I try to tell my guys here, like, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want that.
Yeah.
You don't understand what it feels like to spend a significant amount of time behind a 74 wall where all you see is cloud and sky and airplanes, right? And if you can do something or bring something into your life that deter you from that, by all means, reach out to it, because that's not a life for everybody.
Yeah.
A lot of guys come home and don't tell the truth.
Yeah.
And this is why some of our kids still end up going through revolving doors, because you have guys who spent time coming home but not telling these kids the real deal about how it felt being behind that wall.
They don't talk about how bad it was.
Not even about bad. Let's just talk about from a personal perspective, like being a sucker, being in sucker mode, like you literally in an environment where you didn't have to be. I saw something today that was real powerful where a guy said that it took 5 minutes for him to get 25 years.
Wow, that's terrible.
That's crazy.
It's
And I was
horrible.
like, damn, that's
but it only
gangster.
takes 1 second to pull a trigger.
Exactly. And that was the conversation, exactly.
Yeah.
1 second to 5 minutes can change the course of your life dramatically. And this is the stuff that needs to be talked about for guys who've been there, because these kids, they don't know what they're going from. Even with the gangs in the streets as opposed to the gangs behind the wall, it's a tremendous difference.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So I like to tell them the truth. I don't call them out like a punk or nothing, but I let them know you're not ready for this. Don't even fix it in your mind to think that you're ready for it, because it's a rude awakening.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's about doing what they need to do to get where they need to be. Nothing is guaranteed. Life is only about what you make it, right?
Yeah.
So I have real conversations with the individuals here, because when you go outside that door, that's the real world outside.
Yeah.
Right? And ain't no passes.
Yeah.
There's no passes. So it's about the 5 P's: proper preparation, preventing poor performance. So do all that you can do while you're here. Be successful when the door hits you.
Mm-hmm. Can you repeat the 5 P's again? That went too fast for me.
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
That's great.
Those are the 5 P's that I live by.
Yeah. That's great.
And try to give it to these guys. They're gonna be all right.
All right, the battery on my camera won't let me cut this normally. So I want to just say we love that the computer is going to go to the youth here, and we're really happy to be able to provide that tiny little thing for the youth and make their life that much better. Really, really grateful to the staff here for giving us the time to talk with the youth and to give us their own insights. I think that's really wonderful. And I want to thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for future things, but this is it for today because it's a long day. So thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next. Yeah, my battery was really dead. I'll see you all in the next video.